Hello, everyone, and welcome back to World Music Facts. Today, we're exploring the fascinating story behind one of the biggest Eurodance hits of the 1990s, Be My Lover by Bouche. Even if you don't recognize the title immediately, chances are you've heard its unforgettable beat or the famous la-da-dee-da-da melody somewhere. More than 30 years after its release, the song continues to appear in movies, television shows, commercials, sporting events, and nostalgia playlists around the world. The story begins in Germany during the early 1990s. Eurodance music was exploding across Europe. Clubs were packed every weekend. DJs wanted energetic dance tracks, and music producers were searching for fresh voices that could stand out in a competitive market. This was the perfect environment for a new project called Bouche. Bouche brought together two talented performers with very different musical backgrounds. American singer Melanie Thornton had a powerful voice inspired by soul, gospel, and pop music. Her emotional singing could easily fill an arena. Alongside her was McCray, whose confident rap delivery added a completely different energy. Their contrasting styles created a combination that immediately caught listeners' attention. The producers wanted to create something that would work everywhere, not only in Germany, but across Europe and eventually around the world. Instead of making a complicated song with long verses, they focused on a memorable chorus, energetic beats, and a rhythm that people could dance to after hearing it only once. One of the most interesting facts about the recording process involves the song's most recognizable moment. During production, the team couldn't decide what lyrics should fill one particular section of the chorus. Rather than stopping the recording session, they simply used a temporary vocal melody, singing la-da-dee-da-da as a placeholder. Normally, temporary lyrics are replaced before a song is released, but something unexpected happened. Everyone in the studio realized that the simple melody sounded more catchy than any real words they had tried. Instead of changing it, they kept it exactly as it was. That spontaneous decision became one of the most famous hooks in dance music history. Another fascinating detail comes from McCray himself. He later explained that conversations between him and Melanie Thornton about relationships, attraction, and balancing love with busy careers inspired the song's overall theme. Rather than telling a complicated story, the lyrics capture a universal feeling, wanting someone to commit while keeping the mood fun and danceable. This simplicity became one of the song's greatest strengths. Listeners from different countries didn't need to understand every English lyric. The music itself communicated excitement, confidence, and romance. The production also reflected the signature Eurodance sound of the era. Fast electronic beats, bright synthesizers, strong bass lines, emotional female vocals, and rhythmic rap verses blended into a style that defined countless clubs throughout the 1990s. When Be My Lover was finally released in March 1995 as the second single from Bouche's debut album Sweet Dreams, nobody could have predicted just how enormous its success would become. The song wasn't simply another dance record. It was about to become an international phenomenon. When Be My Lover first reached radio stations in 1995, nobody expected it to become one of the defining songs of the entire Eurodance era. Within weeks of its release, the track began climbing music charts across Europe. First, Germany embraced the song, then neighboring countries quickly followed. Before long, Bouche had transformed from a relatively new dance project into an internationally recognized act. One of the biggest reasons for the song's success was its universal appeal. The lyrics were simple, the melody was unforgettable, and the rhythm encouraged people to dance regardless of their language or culture. Whether someone was listening in Germany, Sweden, Canada, Australia, or the United States, the energy of the song felt the same. The production team also understood something very important about dance music. A great dance song doesn't need complicated storytelling. It needs a rhythm that keeps people moving and a chorus they can remember instantly. Be My Lover achieved exactly that. As the song spread across Europe, it reached the #1 position in several countries, including Germany, Sweden, and Hungary. In many other countries, it remained inside the top 10 for weeks, proving that its popularity wasn't limited to just one market. Its success soon crossed the Atlantic. Breaking into the American music industry has never been easy for European dance artists. Many successful European hits failed to attract American audiences, but Bouche was one of the rare exceptions. Be My Lover climbed all the way to number 6 on the Billboard Hot 100, an impressive achievement for a Eurodance song in the mid-1990s. It also performed strongly on Billboard's dance club charts, where DJs quickly adopted it as one of their favorite tracks. American radio stations played it regularly, while clubs across New York, Los Angeles, Miami, Chicago, and many other cities added it to their nightly playlists. One fascinating reason behind the song's popularity was its balance between melody and rhythm. Melanie Thornton's powerful vocals gave listeners something emotional to connect with, while McCray's energetic rap sections kept the momentum high. Together, they created a sound that felt both exciting and unique. Music critics also praised the chemistry between the two performers. Neither voice dominated the song. Instead, they complemented each other perfectly, creating the signature La Bouche sound that fans still recognize today. The music video played another important role. During the mid-1990s, channels like MTV and other international music television networks had enormous influence. The colorful visuals, energetic choreography, stylish fashion, and confident performances helped introduce La Bouche to millions of viewers worldwide. Interestingly, the video reflected the optimistic atmosphere of the 1990s dance scene. Bright lighting, fast editing, and vibrant club energy perfectly matched the upbeat spirit of the music. Over time, Be My Lover became much more than just a chart hit. It evolved into a cultural symbol of the decade. Even today, whenever people create playlists celebrating the 1990s, this song almost always appears alongside other classic dance anthems. DJs continue to play it at retro parties because its infectious rhythm still fills dance floors decades after its original release. Another remarkable fact is that younger generations continue discovering the song through streaming platforms, social media videos, television shows, sporting events, and nostalgic compilations. Unlike many songs that disappear after a few years, Be My Lover has maintained its popularity across multiple generations. This lasting success demonstrates an important truth about music. Sometimes, the simplest ideas become the most timeless. And for La Bouche, that unforgettable la-da-dee-da hook helped turn an already strong dance track into one of the most recognizable songs in modern pop history. In the next and final part, we'll look at the heartbreaking story of Melanie Thornton, the tragedy that shocked music fans around the world, and why Be My Lover continues to inspire listeners more than 30 years after its release. By the late 1990s, La Bouche had become one of the biggest names in Eurodance. Following the incredible success of Be My Lover, the group released several more popular songs, including Sweet Dreams, Fall in Love, and I Love to Love. These tracks helped establish La Bouche as one of the defining acts of the decade, and the group toured extensively across Europe, North America, Asia, and other parts of the world. At the heart of that success was Melanie Thornton. Her powerful voice had become the signature sound of La Bouche. Fans admired not only her vocal ability, but also her energetic stage presence and warm personality. Many music critics believed she had the talent to build a successful career beyond the group. In 2000, after several years with La Bouche, Melanie decided to pursue a solo career. It was a difficult decision, but she wanted the opportunity to explore different musical styles and express herself as an independent artist. She soon released solo material, including the single Love How You Love Me. Another song, Wonderful Dream, Holidays Are Coming, became especially popular after being used in Coca-Cola's Christmas advertising campaign across Europe. The song introduced Melanie to an even wider audience and became closely associated with the holiday season in several countries. Everything seemed to be moving in the right direction. Her solo career was gaining momentum. Critics were supportive, and fans were excited to see what she would do next. Then tragedy struck. On the night of November 24th, 2001, Melanie Thornton was traveling after performing at a concert in Leipzig, Germany. She boarded Crossair Flight 3597, which was flying to Zurich, Switzerland. During its approach to Zurich Airport, the aircraft crashed near the town of Bassersdorf. The accident claimed the lives of 24 people, including Melanie Thornton. She was only 34 years old. The news shocked the international music community. Fans around the world struggled to believe that one of the most recognizable voices of the 1990s had been lost so suddenly. Radio stations paid tribute by replaying La Bouche's greatest hits, while television programs remember her remarkable career and contribution to dance music. There was another heartbreaking coincidence. Just days after the accident, Wonderful Dream, Holidays Are Coming, was receiving significant attention because of the Coca-Cola holiday campaign. What was meant to be the beginning of an exciting new chapter in Melanie's career instead became a tribute to her life and talent. Despite this devastating loss, the music of La Bouche never disappeared. McCray continued performing under the La Bouche name with new vocalists, helping keep the group's music alive for longtime fans and introducing it to new audiences. Although no one could replace Melanie Thornton, her original recordings remain the heart of La Bouche's legacy. More than 3 decades after Be My Lover was first released, the song continues to reach new listeners through streaming platforms, radio stations, movies, television programs, sporting events, video games, and social media. It regularly appears on lists of the greatest Eurodance songs ever recorded and is often considered one of the defining dance anthems of the 1990s. Perhaps the most remarkable part of its story is that one of its most famous elements, the unforgettable la-da-dee-da hook, was never meant to be permanent. It started as a temporary placeholder during recording, yet it became the song's most recognizable feature and one of the most memorable melodies in dance music history. Sometimes, music history is shaped not only by careful planning, but also by unexpected moments of creativity. And that's exactly what happened with Be My Lover. It remains a song that celebrates joy, energy, and the spirit of the 1990s, while also reminding us of the extraordinary talent of Melanie Thornton, whose voice continues to inspire millions of listeners around the world. Thank you for watching World Music Facts. If you enjoy discovering the true story behind this legendary hit, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and let us know in the comments which classic song you'd like us to explore next. Until next time, keep the music alive.